Dover Sports Talk, worldwide, with some news from the world of boxing. So y'all know what time it is. You ain't in a rush to get concussed. Now let's talk about heavyweights. You know what I'm saying? February 22nd, it's going to be the fight of the year so far with the heavyweight division. Deontay Wilder versus Tyson Fury. The stakes are pretty high for this one. But I'm going to be honest with you, I wasn't happy about it at first. But it is what it is. A lot of people are weighing in on the fight, who they got winning and why, and everything. A lot of people think Tyson Fury won the first one. A lot of people think Deontay Wilder won the first one. Y'all know what I'm thinking. You know what I'm saying? But it's a rematch and it's on. So it's a couple of pertinent things that that we want to mention right now. First let's talk Tyson Fury. And I want to make this clear. Due to Tyson Fury's size, right? I think Tyson Fury would be formidable in any era, right? Any era. Because sometimes we keep forgetting that. I keep doing videos to bring it to our attention how big the guy is in certain videos with titles like, Deontay Wilder, hung in there with the big behemoth, right? To make sure that people understand the size of this guy. We're talking 2'9", 6'9", 270. 6'9", 270. You bad in any sport. You know what I'm saying? In any sport, you're going to have a little something to say. People going to at least ask you, can you play? You know what I mean? You're 6'9", 270. So, look at Nikolai Valuev. 7 foot, 300 pounds. He wasn't a great fighter, nor was he. But I was going to be champion because I'm going to size my way to a few victories up in here. Because you're not 7 feet, 300 pounds. And you're skillful and all those wonderful things, but you're hitting a big old cranium, and you can make a whole lot of less mistakes than I can. That's what that means. So when you have one that's 6'9", 270 with skills and movement, and defense is his claim to fame. He trains defense at that height, where basically, let's remember, just moving back, leaning back, is a whole lot of defense at that height. Then yes, he's going to be formidable in any era. Because most of the guys, the greats that we be talking about, be 6'1", 5'11". Mike Tyson, 5'11". Yeah, Mike Tyson could get him eventually with rounds. But Mike Tyson's going to have a few problems, though. You know what I'm saying? We're talking about giving people issues. I think Mike Tyson gets them eventually. I've seen Mike Tyson in there. But then I saw Tony Tucker give a prime Mike Tyson fits. And he's taller than Tony Tucker. Now, I think Tony Tucker got a little bit more pop than Tyson Fury, and a lot of people got more pop than Tyson Fury. But if Tony Tucker, a prime Mike, Tony Tucker gave issues. Mike beat him on a unanimous decision, 12 rounds, right? But Tucker was in that fight. So would Tyson be. You know what I mean? George Foreman is a big one. You're a big George Foreman. My man, matter of fact. But he's 6'3", 230. You know what I mean? Issues. Do I think Foreman gets Tyson? Yes, I do. If Otto Wilder could give him them problems, then so could Foreman. You can see it both ways, but what we're talking here is, does he give these people issues? Rocky Marciano, man, he's 6'1". Get up out of here. You know what I mean? We're 6'9". You understand? So that, I just think that is significant when you're talking about, yes, he would give people issues in any era. There's some people I think to get him first time. Lennox Lewis, first of all. Vitaly Klitschko, first of all. There's a whole lot of them that I think get him. Now, don't get it twisted. I'm saying issues, right? Issues. And they have to do it first. Because let's make sure this is clear. Tyson Fury is a winner, and he knows how to maul when it's time to do that. So that's very important. So that brings me to Deontay Wilder. Deontay Wilder said, shoot, I want to be the greatest ever, right? After all this is said and done. I ain't fighting too much longer. Y'all better start loving me now. Now, we know he's been saying that. We know that I did a video about 3 or 4 weeks ago about people saying, what Deontay Wilder is one of the hardest punches ever. David Hayes, reiterating that again. The hardest puncher ever. A lot of people think he's not going in this fight cocking his right hand. He's going to be ready, throwing some jabs out there. Right, so a lot of people are saying, Tyson Fury, you better not run up on this guy. That's what Ortiz did. Bottom line is, for Deontay Wilder to become the greatest, you should see in the article, he's got to do a lot of stuff. He would have to beat Tyson Fury. He would have to beat, Anthony Joshua probably, if Anthony Joshua was still there, or to become undisputed and win some more fights, of course. right? But so would Tyson Fury, you know, because Tyson Fury got to eat. Matter of fact, Tyson Fury, if he beats Wilder, I told you, GOAT conversation is gonna start. That's just my opinion about watching the boxing landscape over years. Tyson Fury would be in the GOAT conversation if he mess around and beat Wilder this time. Because listen, Tyson Fury beats Wilder and Wilder don't touch him, right? Then he goes to England in the biggest fight ever in Wembley somewhere. People standing outside of Wembley and beats Anthony Joshua. Anthony Joshua don't touch him, right? Then he follows that up with just a couple of dudes. Because after that point, his aura is huge. If he beats Deontay Wilder don't touch him. And he beats Anthony Joshua and he don't touch him. You know what kind of aura? Shoot. Man, the only person who could talk more smack than him at that point would be Donald Trump. You know what I'm saying? Because I talk smack before doing this. Now, Tyson Fury does that. He's going to say he's the greatest. You know what I'm saying? And he's going to be having some arguments at that point. But so would Deontay Wilder. Because see, Deontay Wilder is also knocking everybody out. See, Tyson Fury would be like they couldn't touch him. And then we'd start appreciating all that, that good defense that we didn't appreciate with Floyd Mayweather, right? So that's what we would start appreciating, right? Deontay Wilder, if he went in here and knocked Fury out, and then Joshua too, then we should be having them same type of discussions because everybody got knocked out. You see what I'm saying? So yeah, I'm glad that Deontay Wilder is saying that. I'm glad that Tyson Fury is hyped. He's saying he's coming here. I'm a jab, straight hands, all jab him all up in his grill the whole night. So everybody is very confident here, and I think they should be because this is something that we also just because they had a draw, that still let you know both of these guys are undefeated, right? They figure out a way to win, and we keep talking about who got a chin and who don't. Undefeated means you got a chin because we all know, we all know that they've both been tested, right? We like to say, everybody, both of them don't have resumes. We give Fury, some people give Fury a better resume because Klitschko is on there, and I don't think his resume is better. And we keep saying that they didn't fight anybody, but the guys that they fought go and do other things and are beating other people. So we keep, so we've been doing that for years. We say everybody's never fought anybody because we call everybody nothing. So I don't know who's left. I don't know who's left, especially when it comes to Deontay Wilder because he's fought them or tried to fight them. So what else is there left? So the guy that fought enough people to be considered number one and number two. So let's see what happens in the fight. Deontay Wilder has a long way to go to become the greatest ever. But right now, definitely the greatest puncher. Because what's going to happen is people going to start doing their analytics about that punching. Right? That's what's going to happen. Right? We just say, hey, Deontay Wilder's in the conversation for punching and one punch knockout power. But once you start adding stuff like how heavy the people are, the weight disparity, that kind of thing, and one punch knockout power, and all that, so you start adding that, Deontay Wilder going to mess around and be the hardest punches ever. He's definitely in that conversation, which gives him a chance to become the greatest ever. And Tyson Fury, the same thing. Lineal champ and beating the best ever, the hardest puncher ever, And in his opinion, if he beats him again, he can say, I beat him twice. So, he'll be able to say something too. So the fight is getting more significant the closer we get. Remember here, another thing. Deontay Wilder is the underdog here. That's very important to remember. Because we kind of forget those things after fights. I saw that at Mayweather and Pacquiao. How many people thought Pacquiao was going to win that fight and, throw all the punches and bunches and all of those things. And when he was neutralized by 2 straight right hands in the first round, everything turned to sour grapes and the fight got boring. And we forgot that, wait a minute, somebody was supposed to be throwing punches and bunches and he didn't do it because something happened to him. Right? And then we just say, okay, well, it was boring, and it was not. So if this is the best heavyweight, Tyson Fury, and Deontay Wilder goes in here and knocks him out, then he knocked out the best heavyweight. It will not be the one who has been out and had an eye problem or anything. It's this bad number one dude heavyweight in the world. And the same thing with Tyson Fury. If he goes out here and however he wins, then he wins. And he's the best heavyweight in the world. It's that simple, and it should remain that simple, barring any controversy. Doing Sports Talk worldwide, and I'm up out of here, y'all.